Welcome back, everybody. This here is Calling All Patriots. I don't think patriots need to wear a mask. At least not yet. But my friend, Merica Silver Patriot, he's doing something pretty awesome. He's doing a constitutional box. Check it out down there in the description. And he's also doing a Calling All Patriots, where you make a video and all you gotta do is read something that has to do with the Charters of Freedom. That's the Declaration of Independence, the United States Constitution, or the Bill of Rights. So all you gotta do, pick an amendment, read it, record it, put it up, and you just might win something incredible, beyond incredible knowledge. Of what our country, this great nation of ours, was founded upon. So, without further ado, greetings, members one and all of the Salvation Nation. Let's explore. Where's my coffee? I lost my coffee. I'll just do some push-ups, and then we'll get going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are my push-ups. He won't let me lie. And, you see, I was going to do this with the light on. That ain't pretty, though, is it? No, sir. I mean, let's go.
Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation.
Oi, bruv. That's the wrong war now, isn't it? You've got to go back about you. You've got to turn the lyric back about a century. Okay.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes. These are the Charters of Freedom. Now follow along. The Charters of Freedom consist of the Declaration of Independence, the United States Constitution, and the Bill of Rights. These three documents, known collectively as the Charters of Freedom, have secured the rights of the American people for more than 2¼ centuries, and are considered instrumental to the founding fathers' philosophy of the United States. There you see that picture right over there? Those are peaceful protesters. They're peaceful, I swear, but these peaceful protesters now, they're pulling down the statue of King George III. After the public reading of the Declaration of Independence at Bowling Green on July the 9th, 1776, New Yorkers pulled down the statue of King George III. Parts of the statue were reportedly melted down and used for bullets, courtesy of Lafayette College Art Collection, Easton, Pennsylvania. The Declaration of Independence. What does it say exactly? The Declaration of Independence was designed for multiple audiences. The king, the colonists, and the world. It was also designed to multitask. It was multitasking back in the day as well, yes sir. Its goals were to rally the troops, win foreign allies, and to announce the creation of a new country. The introductory sentence states the Declaration's main purpose: to explain the colonists' right to revolution. In other words, to declare the causes which impel them to the separation. Congress had to prove the legitimacy of its cause. It had justified the most powerful nation on the planet. It needed to motivate foreign allies to join in the fight. Yes, it did. They had to. That's my story. Stick okay. Now, moving along. Look at that over there. That's the big John Hancock signature. Okay. This is the preamble of the Declaration of Independence. The preamble, yes. These are the lines contemporary Americans know best. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These stirring words were designed to convince Americans to put their lives on the line for the cause. Separation from the mother country threatened their sense of security, economic stability, and identity. But our forefathers, they were not pussies. They were strong men who knew what they wanted and they were willing to fight and die for their bloody country. Moving on, the preamble sought to inspire and unite them through the vision of a better life. Now, inside of the Declaration of Independence, they gave a list of grievances. The list of 27 complaints against King George III constitute the proof of the right to rebellion. Congress cast the causes which impelled them to separation in universal terms for an international audience. Join our fight, reads the subtext, and you join humankind's fight against tyranny. You see that? Tyranny. They fought tyranny. Yeah. Ain't that something? Huh? Now, the resolution of the independence. Resolution of independence, the most important and dramatic statement, comes near the end. That these united colonies are, and of right, ought to be free and independent states. It declares a complete break with Britain and its king, and claims the powers of an independent country. I've got the bloody chills. Now, this is the Constitution of the United States. What does it say exactly? Well, I'm glad you asked. The Constitution of the United States contains a preamble and 7 articles that describe the way the government is structured and how it operates. The first 3 articles establish the 3 branches of government and the powers: legislative, which is Congress; executive, office of the President; and judicial, the federal court system. The system of checks and balances prevents any one of these separate powers from becoming dominant. Articles 4 through 7 describe the relationship of the states to the federal government, establish the Constitution as the supreme law of the land, and define the amendment and ratification process. The drafting of the Constitution of the United States began on May 25th, 1787, when the Constitutional Convention met for the first time with a quorum at the Pennsylvania State House, now called Independence Hall, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to revise the Articles of Confederation, and ended on September 17th, 1787, the day the Constitution drafted by the Convention's delegates to replace the Articles was adopted and signed. The ratification process for the Constitution began that day and ended when the final state, which was Rhode Island, ratified it on May 29th, 1790. In addition to key events during the Constitutional Convention and afterward, while the Constitution was before the states for their ratification, this timeline includes important events that occurred during the run-up to the Convention and during the nation's transition from government under the Articles of Confederation to government under the Constitution, and concludes with the unique ratification vote of Vermont, which at the time was a sovereign state outside the Union. The time span covered is 5 years, 9 months, from March 25th, 1785 to January 10th, 1791. Now, on to the Bill of Rights. What does it say exactly? The Bill of Rights is the first 10 amendments to the Constitution. It spells out Americans' rights in relation to their government. It guarantees civil rights and liberties to the individual, like freedom of speech, press, and religion, all of which is being messed with quite epically right now. Yes. It sets rules for due process of law. Red flag law. Erpo law. Kind of trims all over that. Yes, due process of law, and reserves all powers not delegated to the federal government to the people or the states. And it specifies that the enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. You know what that means, right? Maybe our politicians should take a look at these rights in the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, you know. They could do with a little update. But anyway, that's my story. not really a story, but a state of fact. That's what the Charters of Freedom are, and what they mean. I hope you enjoyed.